Right, TJ book, Unit 3, Specimen Outcome 3 solutions or answers are not in the back of the book, so this is just to help my class or anybody else who's interested find out how you do stuff. Right, number 12. Draw the graph y equals sin 3x. Right, sin x graph looks like that. Has a maximum height of 1, a minimum height of -1, and a period of 360 degrees. In other words, one complete wave in 360 degrees. That's the sin x graph. So sin 3x, the 3 compresses the graph by a factor of 3. So in other words, rather than going from 0 to 360 for one complete wave, we will be looking at, where is it? A period or one complete wave in 360 divided by 3 every 120 degrees. And voila, there's the graph. So basically the 3 is basically telling you there's going to be 3 complete waves or one wave every 120 degrees. Number 13 gives you the graph here. Tells you it is of the form y equals a sin bx. So a is the amplitude. Normally it goes up to 1, here it goes up to 15. So there's an amplitude of 15, so the number at the front will be 15, A will be 15. And we should have a 360 there at the end, but I've forgotten to write it down, my apologies. We have 3 complete graphs, 3 complete waves even. So if we do 360 divided by 120 degrees, we'll get the 3. So period's 120, the graph repeats every 120 degrees. So y will be 15 sin 3x. So A again is the amplitude, B is how many complete waves we have in 360 degrees, and we calculate that by doing 360 divided by the period. And number 4, solve 4 cos x plus 3 equals 0, 0 between x and 360. So we'll just rearrange this to get cos x on its own, just like we would rearrange 4x plus 3 equals 0. So subtract 3 from each side. Leaves us with 4 cos x equals -3. Divide each side by 4, because 4 divided by 4 is 1, so you get cos x equals -3 over 4. Next step is to do cos to the -1 of 3/4. So we're ignoring the minus sign at the moment, we're just finding out cos to the -1 of 3/4. After we've done that, because cos x is negative, we draw our ASTC diagram. We're looking in the second and third quadrant, the S and T quadrant, because cos is positive in the A and C quadrant and negative in the other two. So we're looking in the other two, which is the S and the T. So how that we grid works is the S quadrant is 180 subtract the angle that we've calculated. The T quadrant is 180 plus the angle that we have calculated. So it'll be 180 minus 41.4, 180 plus 41.4 for the two solutions. So if you're thinking why is the two solutions, if you remember the cos graph starts at 1, goes down to -1 at 180, climbs back up to 1 at 360. Question is basically asking when is cos x at a height of -3/4. It's a height of -3/4 in 2 places, once between 90 and 180, once between 180 and 270, and by doing that we have the exact answers.